What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the forest. Today we're going to be working on our walls, because I just felt like it was a building kind of day, you know? Is it getting darker, or is it getting brighter? That's the question. Fuck you, Seagull. Didn't answer my question fast enough. I think it's getting darker. Game just answered my question. Let's go ahead and get up here. And sleep again. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and build up our walls. I want to see if we can finish a good chunk of these walls today. Once all these walls are completed, this fortress is pretty much done. We just got to do the planters, and we got to do these holders that we probably won't even use in the first place. They only take 6 sticks now. I thought they took a lot more in previous updates. It could be pretty much insane. Actually, do we have sticks currently? Look at that. We already completed one of them. All right, so let's go ahead and... Did we ever find our log sled? That's the question. I don't think we ever did. I think we lost it for good. Might have to go ahead and make ourselves one of those because all these trees are pretty damn far away now. What I'm probably going to do is chop down a whole bunch of trees, then build a log sled, and then just back and forth because that's going to be a lot easier than doing one or two trees at a time. And it feels like it's a lot better. So as if you may know, I basically have ran out of stuff to do in this game, besides build. And most of you guys kind of don't mind me building, so that's probably what we'll be doing for most of the rest of this series. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's whatever you think. These logs are just going to slowly roll away from me, and I'm probably never going to find them again, because it's the tree that doesn't show as white on the ground, so eventually those will be gone. And I pretty much have ran out of things to talk about as well. So that just leads me to chopping down trees, building stuff, and talking about other things, about other games up and coming and that kind of thing. Why you do this, game? Go back. There you go. So, one thing that I've been talking about with this game a lot is multiplayer, and I did get a lot of comments about multiplayer in the last video as well. A lot of people were kind of with my ideas as well, trying to get multiplayer out as fast as possible, no matter what, how broken. But at the same time, that brings you into the whole early access kind of shenanigans talk that some people also had in the comment section about this game's early access, blah blah blah, you gotta do this, and you gotta wait, and you bought it, and blah blah blah. A lot of people are like, this game sucks, they don't update fast enough, and they don't add enough stuff, and then people will comment back like, it's early access, you bought it, my game is freezing, I just literally teleported. One thing about early access is, if there was no early access, then I feel like the gaming community, not to be like rude or anything, would probably be better. Because early access games, the way you look at it now, the way you look at it now is like almost every game that releases as an early access game. I feel like it's mainly why games release as an early access game is, one, for feedback. I understand that shenanigan. Getting feedback on your game and asking what people want in the game and getting it out to them. And two, is to see if the game has any interest. Like, if a developer releases an early access game, and quite literally nobody wants to play it, and nobody downloaded it, and nobody bought it, then why continue to build up the game unless you think it'll get better as time goes on? And then there's also some developers and some people that are more or less the bad side of the early access market, who literally just release, and then if they get the initial amount of money that they wanted or were looking for to get their money back on the game, or to keep with Kickstarter standards, and then nothing else happens to them, and then they can just take their money and run kind of thing. That's another side of the early access community. And I personally think that if there was no early access, games would be a lot more competitive with each other. I feel like games would probably be a lot more fun. I don't know specifically why, but I just feel like games that aren't released in early access and released are as a full game and are fun and then have things added to them as time goes on generally feel like a more full game. You get people to play more hours of your game, and you have a lot more fun with the game because there's a lot more to do. And then that kind of defeats the purpose of having early access, and if early access was never a thing, and was never, say, allowed on Steam or something like that, then I feel like games would be in a better place. They'd be very competitive with each other, and a lot more things would happen. Where is the log sled? I was looking for it for 20 minutes. That being said, The Forest is an early access game. When the game first released, it felt like a full game. It felt like you could spend at least 10 to 20 hours, you know, exploring and adventuring and killing and getting a bunch of things and building and experimenting and all that kind of stuff. And now that it's farther into the early access stages, like it's about to be version 10, we're currently in version 9, we're all looking forward to really cool stuff that kind of isn't maybe going to happen, or isn't going to maybe happen for another couple months. And I mean, I owe a lot of my channel's support to this game, and I'm not going to say it's a terrible game. I've never said it's a terrible game. It's still an incredible game. Just if you look at the game as it is a game, you know what I mean? Like, look at it as a game and be like, there's cannibals, you're trapped on an island from a crashed airplane, you need to survive and eat and thrive and kill cannibals and defend your base and go save your son or something. Just think about it that way, and then you're like, that sounds like a game I want to play, you know? And sometimes people think that developers owe them, I guess. That's kind of what I was getting a feel from the comment section in the last video as well. People were just like, this game is awful, it's, yeah, you need to do this more often, it doesn't update fast enough. If I was a developer, I would update 3 times a month and do all that kind of stuff and add multiplayer no matter what because Royal said so. It doesn't work that way. You'd be surprised, obviously. If you're a game developer yourself, then you would probably understand how much goes into coding and getting stuff working and then testing that stuff and then seeing if it's compatible with downloads and Steam and then compressing those files. And there's a whole more process to it than you think. And I'm not defending the game, and I'm not defending the developers, I'm not defending anybody. I don't know if they're working slow, I don't know if they're working fast because I'm not part of the development team. I don't know if they're literally staying up 15, 16 hours a day just 100% coding, and I highly doubt it because everybody has lives. And some people that were saying, like, this game is just a cash grab, I can tell you, this game was not a cash grab. I mean, they did get a huge launch support right off the bat, and it was top seller on Steam, most popular, all that kind of stuff for a really long time. It was probably about a 2 or 3 week span it was #1, and I can't even tell you how much the sales were because I'm not part of the sales team or anything, but the developers were also nice enough to one, give me an interview, and they seem to be helping the community a lot, and I seem to be one of the few YouTubers that are still doing this game, and that's mainly because I owe a lot of support and a lot of views and a lot of people and a lot of subscribers and a lot of everything to this game, and it feels like if I were to abandon this game, then I would abandon those people that came here for this type of game. So, that being said, early access is early access, you get what you pay for, and if the developers decide to stop making their game and they want to move on to bigger and better things, or they want to keep making their game, it's completely their decision, and it really has nothing to do with The Forest at all. I was just trying to find something to talk about. But I guess that's going to lead to more early access debates, and people are going to be like, you know, Warzy and the Stomping Land and all those games and that kind of stuff, and I guess that's not a bad thing. It's good to, you know, express yourself in the comment section behind your keyboard, but to keep it frank, let's try and be nice to each other sometimes, you know? I just did that. I pressed C instead of E. Let's go ahead and fix that. What I'm trying to get at here is this game is updating slower now. Slower could be better, slower could be worse. And by slower, I mean longer. Maybe they extended the time to give themselves more time to add more stuff, but they didn't really plan on going slower, or maybe they did make it a longer time frame for the next update because they wanted to slow down a little bit, or maybe they made it longer so they really could crank out even more stuff in the next update, and I didn't bring the log sled with me because I'm an idiot. And it kind of just bums me out when I think about how long I've been playing this game and how much there is left to do, because I love this game ever so much. I wish I could literally go back in time and not double post the forest every single day when the game first came out, because I feel like I really burnt myself out on the game pretty early on. And I did take a break, and I don't think I did videos for version 6. I don't remember which version it was. I think you could check the playlist down below and it would skip a number or something. I didn't do a season for one of them because they literally, I think they just added a treehouse and like did a few things with AI, and I was like, this doesn't feel like it's worth my while or anything, and I didn't end up playing it, and that was a good break for me. And that just brings me straight into basically, there's a good chance that I'm going to have to take a break until the next update again because, I feel like there's literally nothing left to do. The update's a lot longer than recently. It's, I think, 30 days versus their normal 21 days or whatever. I did look up to see if there was a few mods. There is a few things that I have my eye on, but nothing was like as crazy as the No More Birds mod or the Templars mod. That's mainly because interest has dipped from this game for a while. So that being said, there may or may not be a long or short break between this episode and the next episode. We might just hit the caves again. We might go into the caves on the beach for like one last episode, or do something of that nature just to kind of get you guys hyped up and having fun again, because this game is fun. I do enjoy it, and you guys support me crazily on this game. And that also brings me into another thing now that I think of it. I am doing a 24-hour live stream, not of this game, because that would make me insane. I am doing a 24-hour live stream this upcoming Saturday, the 25th through the 26th, I believe is the dates. For Extra Life, it's a charity, basically, for children's hospitals around America. I'm currently, mine is linked to Hasbro, of Rhode Island, Hasbro, what is it called? Hasbro Children's Hospital in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island. That's actually where I was born, in case you were wondering. And that's where I currently have my money being sent to. I will put a link in the description to the donation page if you do really want to. You don't have to. I'm not telling you you have to donate to the cause or anything like that. But I am doing a 24-hour live stream this upcoming Saturday. I'm not sure the exact time. I will do an announcement video on the exact time when it does get around to it. But I think it's going to be between noon and 4 is when I start. I'm going to be streaming with Ritz Plays a lot of the time. I'm going to be probably starting off the live stream with the Forest, and I'm going to move into Rust Experimental, and then I'll move into Rust Legacy, and then we'll quote-unquote downgrade, and we'll go to like Arma 3, my regular live stream game, and then we'll quote-unquote downgrade, and that's usually going to be several hours later. I'm going to downgrade into some CSGO later in the night, and then some console games. Some console games on the PS4 with Ritz is generally what me and Ritz will be playing together most of the time. So if you are looking forward to seeing a live stream of The Forest, be sure to check back on my update videos and things like that, because that's where I'm going to be announcing the exact time that I'm playing each game. I'm going to try and schedule it out to the best of my ability, and obviously the times would be subject to change and stuff, but I do want to try and schedule it out. That way people that want to see certain games can come by for a certain amount of time, and if you want to donate during a certain game to tell me something about the game or to tell me something about my videos and stuff like that, that's the time frame that you can show up, and they're obviously going to be able to spill into other time frames if I'm having extra fun with the games, and you know what I mean. But yeah, this is something really cool that I've been looking forward to, the Extra Life campaign. I actually initially thought that you had to kind of get invited to a team and then go about kind of like getting people to add you and like get a message from the company and do a whole bunch of shenanigans, because I was really looking forward to it this year. I love watching the Extra Life live streams because it's just really awesome to see how much support that people give. I think last year Gassy Mexican actually raised the most amount, and Blizzard doubled the amount of money that he raised. I think Gassy Mexican alone raised like $82,000 or something for his local children's hospital. And if you are looking forward to a Forest live stream or a Rush live stream or any live stream at all, and usually my normal live stream schedule is not for your time zone or your area or wherever you live in the world, be sure to check out any of my an update video that is going to be coming out probably later this week around Thursday or Wednesday, explaining when every game is going to be played. It is the 25th through the 26th on Saturday, and I'm fully committed to a 24-hour live stream. I have done a 24-hour live stream in the past, yes. It was for a spin-a-thon for my local YMCA. I raised $500, and this year's goal is $1,000. I think we could reach $1,000, but we'll have to see the amount of support that we get for my local children's hospital. So, that being said, we're going to push this last log sled back. Enough with the jibber-jabber and the no forest talk this entire episode because we were building. Go ahead and leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and if you didn't enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a comment down below why you did not. I cannot push this log sled for my life. It's getting stuck on something. And we'll probably see you guys in the next couple of days, maybe, possibly. And if not, I will see you guys on Saturday with a forest kind of chunk of live stream, I guess, is the best proper way to kind of go about saying that. Even though we're not done yet, and I need to get this freaking log sled to cooperate with me. Oh, great. Now we're jammed. Push it better. There we go. Okay. Okay, progress. Progress. Okay. Awesome. We got a shit ton of walls done today, though. But yeah, as I said, thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. I'll see you guys in the next couple of days, and if not, I will see you on Saturday. Adios.